Battalion 1944 is coming, everyone. The Kickstarter of this game is now over and it's been funded over 300% of its original goal, which is truly amazing. That means that we are gonna have some really cool and nice stretch goals, which I will go more into this video. For you guys who do not know what Battalion is all about, it is a World War II first-person shooter which will focus on your skill, not on your equipment. There will be no farming for overpowered weapon or gadgets. It's going down to the good old-fashioned skill to win. The game will not be in a playable state before early 2017, which is okay. At least I think that's okay. It means they're taking their time with it and that they are actually trying to do something good. They're not just pushing it out the door as soon as they can. There will be an alpha and beta phase for everyone who donated a certain amount of money during their Kickstarter. You know who you are if you've done this. I'm not going to go more into detail about that. Now, the game is being developed by Bucklehead Interactive, which is a British game development team based in Derby, UK. A lot of the developers have a long history of playing old school FPS such as the old Call of Duty and Medal of Honor. And these games then have a lot of influence on Battalion, an old school FPS game without any fancy pick-10 system or 200,000 attachments, running around with 4 different scope, 2 suppressors and 19 different gadgets and grenades, which sometimes get too much. This is going down to the core of what FPS games are all about. The game is running on Unreal Engine 4, which can make it look very beautiful and fantastic. We know this engine is a good engine and can do some really nice things if you know how to do it. This is gonna be a multiplayer game and there won't be a single player campaign. The reason for this is that single player campaign costs a lot of money. They want to spend all the money from the Kickstarter on a good multiplayer instead of a single player. They don't want to half-ass it. There was a stretch goal for a single player campaign, but the stretch goal was set to a whopping £1.2 million, while they got a little bit over £300,000 on this. So yeah, that's not gonna happen, guys. The stretch goals that they actually hit was a full-time community manager, enhanced particle effects, something that they call the Kurhai boot camp. I have no idea how you pronounce that name, which is the same as, you know, a practice and training range ground where you can practice trial weapons and practice your, you know, shooting, aiming, etc. And the last one was a competitive D-Day map. In this game there will be cosmetics. There will not be any form of upgrade. There will be cosmetics where you can kinda, you know, engrave your weapons and costumes and stuff like that, but it's gonna stay realistic, so there won't be a pink Hello Kitty costume that you can run around with, guys. I'm very sorry for that. If you're wondering if your PC will be able to run this game, I would say the chances are looking good. As I understand, the developers are not putting in unnecessary features. A guy in a FAQ Twitch asked, will helmets fall off when nearby grenades explode? The developers said that this was a really cool idea, and I also think that would be really amazing, but they had to explain that for doing so that would cost a lot of unnecessary capacity and taking up too much resources from your computer compared to what they want. So it really seems that they're not just adding shit to make it look fancy, they are trying to make as many people able to play this game. The multiplayer will have a full dedicated server, and also, as I understand it, you will be able to host your own servers with custom rules. What I found really interesting about this game is that developers are aiming really old school and putting in an LAN or LAN support, which I haven't seen in really any newer FPS game that I can recall. The game modes that will be out, at least out, you can say, they will most likely be added more, but the one that I haven't heard talking about is Capture the Flag, Deathmatch, which most likely would be Team Deathmatch. I don't know if they're gonna do a free-for-all, it kinda doesn't make sense to the setting, and Domination. Those game modes will be added. They're talking a lot about how they want the community to give ideas for what game modes that they want. Maybe King of the Hill. If the community wants it, they kind of want to try to add it in and see how it goes. That means if the community wants kill confirm, which I don't see why, but if they want kill confirm, then the producers will most likely put in kill confirm if enough people want it. The game will of course be equipped with an anti-cheat, which might be the Fair Fight anti-cheat for you guys who are interested in that. They will have a competitive game mode, which, as they said in their FAQ, would most likely be Capture the Flag. This is something that they're testing out. They have been putting a lot of effort into clarifying that they will listen to the community in an overall. So, they will be testing out how the competitive Capture the Flag is, how good it is, and if they don't really like it and the community doesn't really like it, they might fall back on bomb disarming instead, which is nice. We have seen this on Counter-Strike Go and etc. And therefore, because of Counter-Strike Go, they said they wanted to try something new and try a competitive Capture the Flag instead of bomb disarmament, since bomb disarmament in Counter-Strike is so good. The fact that they are always talking about other games, pros and cons, what they've done right and what they wanted to take from those games and implement into this game, make me more confident in what this game actually will be. It really gives a nice feeling because it seems that the team actually has experience. It's not just some bullshit they're putting out there. It looks like they actually really know what they're talking about. Looks like the development team is really a set core of gamers, and they pick a lot and they do a lot of research, not just historically but also inside what the other gaming communities have been doing in the past and also what they will be doing in the future. They are planning to have DLCs in this game, but the DLC will either be free or at least not very expensive. This is something that they have said. So Bulkhead says that they don't want DLC to be the same price as, for example, EA Games DLC and other companies for charging, insane amount of money for the DLC. Because if you charge a lot of money for the DLC, less people will buy them, which will lead to less fun for the community in an overall. I really like this way of thinking. They're not just trying to cash in from it, they're actually trying to create something, a good community and a nice game by doing so. They are just really, I don't know, they're really trying to make this game as good as they can, and I can't really wait to see the final form. Now just to clarify this, these things are still ongoing. A lot of these things are most likely gonna happen, but you never know what they will remove and what they will add to this game, so don't take this as a, oh okay, they have said so that must be true, because that's not it, okay? They may be adding stuff and they may be removing stuff. I'm just telling you guys what I've gotten of info here from their FAQs and others and their newsletters and stuff. So, keep posted for more info. I will drop in whenever I have something exciting news about this game. I really can't wait for the game to be launched at early access. I want to see this in the final form. If you guys have donated, let me know. Let me know what you are excited about. Are you excited about Battalion? I know that I am. Thank you for watching. Journal here. Over and out.